Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Mahabaleshwar Kabbu. I am a research scholar in Reva University. I am doing my research under the guidance of Dr. Aril Kumar sir. First of all, I thank session chair Ivan Ribeiro Fuentes Chow and team members of NECO 2020 for providing a wonderful opportunity, a global opportunity for me to present my research paper. My research topic is that is the VANET security. So there in that I took one small topic that is on security. So there in that I designed the paper that is related to security. The title of this paper is MAR Security, a joint scheme for improving the security in VANET using secure group key management and cryptography. We are calling it as SGKC. So content of this presentation is the introduction, types of VANET communications, first phase deployment of vehicle ad hoc network. In second phase, security requirements we are discussing. In final phase, we are discussing SGKC, that is secure group key management cryptography, how it will work. At the same time, at last, we are discussing result and discussion with conclusion. So here, in introduction part, what is this vehicular ad hoc network? So this is wireless network. There in that it will be having a number of nodes, because in the network when we are considering the nodes will be there, but here the vehicles will be considered as the nodes. And at the same time, it will be communicate with nearby vehicles, roadside units or roadside infrastructure. So here for this particular paper, I will take one research scenario. Consider somewhere the accident happens. So here somewhere accident happens. So that time that particular node has to send emergency message to the neighboring nodes. Yes, somewhere the accident is happened. You please be careful to move or to run the vehicle and all. So at that time, emergency message must be communicated to all neighboring nodes, nothing but vehicle which is there in the network. At the same time, it will be communicated via RSCO. So this is one of the special component. Later we'll discuss about that. Through this, it will transfer the information to the vehicles. While transmitting this type of emergency messages, the different hackers may be there. They may hack that information while transmitting the data from source to destination. For this, efficient routing mechanism must be used to provide required communication between source and destination. Then, security is the challenging issue for this technology to provide secure and prominent approach for routing. The efficient communication is considered as a prime concern to improve overall communication for emergency messages, because here nowadays we are getting so many hackers. Those hackers may hack the information which is transmitting between source to destination. So here also maintaining data security and privacy is a one challenging task. For this, here I implemented one novel approach called that is a key management, which provides the wonderful security for the data communication. This approach later incorporated with the cryptography mechanism to secure the data package. We are calling this one as SGKC. SGKC methodology is nothing but that is secure group key management and a cryptography methodology. So here we are getting different types of VANET communications basically. In this particular example, I took four types: vehicle to vehicle, another one is vehicle to infrastructure, hybrid communication, and intra-vehicle communication. In vehicle to vehicle, the data communication will be there between two different vehicles which are there in the infrastructure or in the VANET infrastructure. In vehicle to infrastructure, vehicles and roadside units are nothing but RSUs. So in this particular example, I shown some components. These are the RSUs which are kept in a different the areas of the VANET architecture. Then hybrid communication, inter-vehicle and vehicle to infrastructure communication will be there here. Here in this, both the communication will be done in hybrid. Another one is that is intra-vehicle communication. In intra-vehicle communication, so one particular node will be having some different components for data communication, that is as internet, and identifying the user, whether the user is on the particular system or not, like that. So internally in the vehicle, data interchange will be there. We are calling it as a intra-vehicle communication. So to implement this, the proposed model is implemented in through 3 different phases. In first phase, deployment of vehicle ad hoc network and define the preliminary, or we can call it as primary and initial assumptions related to the network. And in second phase, V2V, V2I, and V2X communication protocol is presented, where key management, authentication, and key exchange models are presented. And in finally, we are using cryptography scheme is presented to secure data packets. So in first phase, the deployment of vehicle ad hoc network. In this, I shown the architecture. In this, different components are there. The first one is, that is trusted authority. We are calling it as a TA. The TA is considered as car manufacturer or transport management departments. Trust authority is responsible for registering the RSUs. So this is the main component here. Here it will register all the different components which are there in the VANET architecture. Trust architecture is responsible for registering the RSUs, generating public and private keys for authentication in VANET for security. Second one is, that is the roadside units, which acts as a release for V2I communications. The third one is, that is onboard unit, that is OBU we are calling. So this is wireless unit which is installed on vehicle with GPS and a small device for short range communication. Another one is, that is SP, we are calling it as a service provider, which will provide the internet service and different network services to the VANET architecture. This is the first phase. In second phase, security phase, we are calling here security requirements will be there. So this work focuses on the following security requirements. So there in that, the first one is, that is user authentication and message integrity. Consider, so once a message is transmitted to the receiver, then the receiver must ensure the message integrity and validity by verifying the signatures. This will be done in user authentication and message integrity. So vehicle integrity protection. The actual vehicle identity is only known by the trusted authority and vehicle, because this is the special secret which is maintained by the VANET architecture. Only TA will be knowing the what type of identification is given for each and every node which is there in VANET. Third one is, that is bogus message traceability. TA should able to track the original identity of the vehicle. In n number of vehicles, you should identify, yes, so this particular node will be there, and this is having the specific identity in the network and all, and this is having a actual message and bogus message, that identification should be there. Then fourth one is, that is message stealing. Here in the protocol should able to secure the high confidentiality message by avoiding the message stealing by attackers. This will be done in a second phase. The fake message attack. So here, protocol should restrict the fake messages. Sometimes some attackers may send some fake messages or illegal messages. At that time, here that particular identification should be there. Then fake identity. Hence, the identity of vehicle should be unknown to prevent this attack. So here in the VANET architecture, it will be knowing which is the actual node which is registered for data communication and which is not registered. It focuses on achieving the solution for some basic attacks like DOS attack, robust and secure network DOS attack, to develop more robust and secure architecture, network architecture. And in second phase, here we are considering some mathematical the properties, that is to implement the application. So there in that additive cyclic group, that is Z0 to Zn, and P large prime for additive cyclic group, F for bilinear map function, R RSU random key for RSU, and K RSU public key of RSU. Hash function will use one special identity code, that is H. This is the first phase of SGKC, secure group key management and cryptography. Here it will be having again two different techniques. So one is group key management, another one is cryptography. First, here we'll discuss how the key management technique will be done. The complete authentication process between RSU and vehicle, because Here, when we are sending information between vehicle to vehicle, that time the mediator will be RSU. So that particular RSU will identify and it will send some secure messages between a sender and receiver vehicles. So this is divided into three phases as initialization, authentication, and distribution of group keys in the proper architecture. Here I explain the algorithm. Other than this, here I have one more, the graphical representation. Through this, easily we can understand how it can work, basically, how this technique works. So this is initialization algorithm. Here, in step one, all vehicles must be registered with the trust authority because already we know when the new node is coming to the VANET architecture, it must be registered. The user registration contains driver information such as the contact information, address, and license plate numbers. At the same time, so here vehicle, all these vehicles gets registers and gets one secret key. We are calling it as a SID. So we are representing with this mathematical representation. So here this secret key will be stored in a data set of TA. TA will be having its own data set. There in that particular identity will be saved. Then after that, TA selects one random integer to provide private key and public key to the RSUs. Like vehicles, RSUs will be there. These RSUs will be having private and public key. That is for security purpose. This particular thing will be done by TA. For that, here private key we are calling it as RRSU, and for public key we are calling it as KRSU. Using this particular expression, we are considering for further operation. Let us assume that a registered vehicle is entering to the range of a RSU. Consider one particular vehicle is entering to the VANET. So that time vehicle selects one partial key. We are calling it as QV. This will be enabled only for that particular time. We are calling it as QV RUP. So this is the mathematical representation. So when the request comes, using service request, partial public key, and vehicle ID, delivered to the corresponding nearby RSU for authentication purpose. So that is service request, QV, and ID like this. After that, RSU requests TA to provide secret key for so that particular node and generates one partial key. We are calling it as a QI. So this is represented in the expression 8. Using partial public key, secret key, and secret key of RSU, the particular authentic certificate will be delivered, and this will be continuing for next step. So here we are representing this one in the expression 9. So here, like this, it will be having algorithm that is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, like this. So this is the initialization process. So like this, it will be having the next step. We are calling it as authentication. So authentication will be having the different steps. So this one also I explained through one small picture to understand the concept, how basically it works and all. So this is authentication. In step 1, we assume that one particular time the vehicle start using roadside message service. So the partial key RV here, it will take one partial key on particular time. These two will be combined for further operation. We are representing it as expression 11. If vehicle starts using the road service, only that time, the time will be considered. At the same time, one partial public key will be generating for this. So based on the parameters, using hash function, the creating the secured partial public key for this particular requirement. Along with this, we generate two important parameters, that is alpha and beta, by using expression number 13. We generate final signature using RB, which is generated during the initialization phase, QID, partial public key, and time, on what time the vehicle is entered to the network. So that is representing the equation number 14. So once a vehicle sends the authentication request with U, ID, T, and V, then RSU performs the verification process at equation number 15, and it will confirm whether this particular messages came from authentic node or not. After satisfying this condition, authentication phase gets completed. This is second phase. Here I explained all these things in different steps in detail, but through the graphical representation, easily we can understand how the process works. Then third one, that is key distribution algorithm. So here TA generates secret key randomly and uses RSA computes W and F values in the equation number 17. So this is the mathematical representation to calculate the Y, W and F. And by using these properties, here our aim is to combine secret key with the timestamp, that is T. By using these two, here we are verifying whether this key found, whether it is found, whether this particular authentication is valid or not. Then the secret key is delivered an equation and derives a group key. If it is valid, it will derive the group key. So this group key is moving to the further authentication process in the network. So this is the first step. We are calling it as a that is key management technique. The next one is data encryption and decryption. So here, once the data is coming, yes, data authentication is done. The particular node is identified. This is the valid node, and this is the right vehicle which is moving in the network and all. After that, while transmitting the data must be secured. For this, here we use a sender and trust authority. Between these two, data communication will be there. Sender sends some information with one particular identity of receiver, and using hash key, we are generating a secure code again with a specific bit pattern and all. Then again response is coming like this. And here in this proposed system, we are using state values. Use the state values of receiver vehicle as encryption key for this particular process. So say, consider the sending vehicle VS sends a message request as message uh, request of receiver vehicle VR and request to the trust authority where public key is used for entering the message request. So based on this, the expression will be calculated, that is ciphertext, that is with the SID and RID as given in equation 15 before in authentication process. So here the public key for TA is used for encryption. The trust authority decrypts the ciphertext of as given in equation number 15 using its own secret key. Already we discussed what is the secret key. That is, secret key is given to the particular RSU, whether it is the public in nature or private in nature. The public key will be distributed to all vehicles and private key will be secure one. So this decryption process provides state values of receiver vehicle and has these values. Here decryption process provides state values. At the same time, it will hash these values as denoted in equation number 21. So there in that we are getting a state values as a state R1, state R2, state R3, n number of states. Hash values are considered as a key for sender vehicle to encrypt the data. And here TA uses sender public key to encrypt the key, and encrypted data and timestamps are sent to the sender vehicle from TA. So that time it will use this particular equation by using ID, key value and timestamp. After receiving the data from 18 equation what we discussed, sender vehicle uses the own private key to decrypt this data and gets the real key for further encryption along with timestamp. Before transmitting the data from sender vehicle to the receiver vehicle, we encrypt the data using timestamp and secret key. Here we generated the secret key and timestamp is identified. Using these two, here message will be generated, that is as timestamp plus the RID and encryption process, there in the ID with the data. Later, this particular message will be delivering to the source to destination, destination to source in a vice versa. Then decryption process also be done in a refill mechanism. Repetitively, the same message different messages are going for encryption. Again, it is coming for the decryption in a receiving end. So this is encryption and decryption process. Then result and discussion. The performance measurement parameters, we are considering packet loss, throughput, packet delivery, end-to-end delay, average message delay and message loss ratio. So these are all different the performance measurement parameters what we consider. And for this simulation, I use an NS2 application. Using that, here I give the simulation for so this particular architecture. I considered some parameters. Simulation area 1500 meter to 1500 1500 meters into 1500 meters. This is the simulation area what I identified. Simulation time 100 seconds. Data traffic, that is CBR. Route protocol, that is AODV, ad hoc on demand distance vector. This is a common protocol which is used in the VANET. The mobility, that is the random waypoint. The channel bandwidth is 6 Mbps. So here, the comparative performance analysis, the performance of the proposed approach is compared with existing technique by varying the number of vehicles and malicious nodes with fixed speed in a network. So here the first one is that is packet loss ratio. So what is this packet loss ratio? So consider once the source is sending some particular packet to the destination on one particular time slot. There in destination we are identifying number of packets sent by the sender and number of packets which are received by the receiver. If 100 packets are sending, in the receiving end, if it is receiving only 50, then 50, it means the 50 packets are lost. So here we are identifying this one with the packet loss ratio. So in this phase, performance is evaluated by varying number of vehicles ranging from 20 to 100 with 10 number of malicious nodes present in the network. And the speed of the vehicle is fixed in the range of 70 to 72 km per hour. So here in this comparison, I show number of vehicles and the result obtained by that is packet loss ratio. So first here for this analysis, I'm comparing two different protocols. One is AOMDV, another one is SCAOMDV. So here when we are comparing this, the existing protocol AOMDV and SCAOMDV drop the packet due to malicious nodes in the network. However, the existing protocol suffer from malicious nodes and drop the packets, whereas our proposed system shows robust performance. So the proposed approaches 0.66% and 0.49% improvement compared to AOMDB and SCAOMDB. So this is with respect to packet loss ratio, and packet loss ratio is very less in a proposed system. The next one is that is throughput performance. It is measured by computing the total bytes received successfully in one communication system. So here the throughput performance is very high in our proposed system when we are comparing these two with the standard the protocols called AOMDV and SCAOMDV. The proposed approach achieves high throughput performance compared to these two, and it maintains the reliability and reduces the packet drops. The third one is that is end-to-end delay performance. This is the time taken by the data packet to reach the destination. Here also I compared the result of the proposed system with AOMDV and SCAOMDV. The proposed approach achieves very less end-to-end delay performance. The time is very less compared to these two while transmitting a data between source to destination. So this is end-to-end delay performance. Graphically, here we are getting the actual result of proposed methodology. And this is the conclusion. According to the proposed approach, in first phase, we introduced that is novel key management technique. That is where when the vehicle is entering to the network, this will be registered with the trust authority. It will help to maintain security and reduces the outside attacks. In next phase, we are using cryptography scheme. There, by using encryption and decryption, we are providing a better security compared to other the protocols. The comparative study is carried out, which shows improved performance using proposed approach. So these are the few conclusions what I'm getting from my research work. Thank you for providing a platform. If anybody is having a question, you can ask. Thank you.